Today's video is going to be pretty quick. I'm real close to a highway here and it's very noisy. I do find some Civil War bullets, a couple are kind of interesting that you might want to check out. And I show you a few things in the woods that I haven't showed you before that can be kind of fun. If you want to pull a prank on a friend, or maybe not a friend, I'm going to show you something you can do that's quite hilarious. Other than that, that's about it. I'm going to show you what I find at the very end. So if you don't want to see all the fun and excitement in the middle, just skip to the end. So I have a really nice signal right here somewhere. Really loud, listen to that. The only problem is if we look right over here, there's a bunch of beer bottles. So it could be a cap to those, one of those. Let's find out. Kick everything back. See what we have. Yeah, see it's gone. So whatever is right on the top, it's probably a cap, I'd imagine. Yeah, right there. I don't see it. Let's get the... Yeah. Well, it wasn't a cap to the beer bottle, but it was a piece of aluminum. Alright, let's try again. So I'm still in the area where I was finding that aluminum on the surface, and I have another pretty loud signal here, but it does sound a little bit different, so I'm hoping it might be buried. No. Probably more the same. I think it's probably it right there. Yeah, so here's a lid to one of those beer bottles back there. Alright, we'll keep trying. Here's a really neat wildflower that you see in the woods. It's called Jack-in-the-Pulpit. This apparently is the pulpit. If you look inside, there's Jack. But what I wanted to tell you about this plant is it has a really neat root on it. Now, you probably shouldn't dig these things up, but when I was a kid, we used to. But the root of this thing is really cool. You can play a great practical joke on your friends if you have, friends that you can do that to. I did this to one of my good buddies when I was a little kid. You dig up the root, and it's a little round ball. And if you peel the outside, the inside is white and it has a firm flesh, and then you bite into it, and it's kind of like biting into a raw potato. It has little flavor, almost no flavor at all. But the thing is, apparently inside the root there's some type of acid, and after a minute or two it starts burning your tongue in the inside of your mouth, and oh my god does it hurt. It just hurts so bad. And the worst part about it is if you drink water to try to get rid of it, it hurts even 100 times worse. It doesn't cause any permanent damage. I mean, I've done it myself because I read about it somewhere when I was a kid, and of course did that to my friend who has never forgiven me. But it is a neat practical joke, although you do have to sacrifice one of these bad boys, so I wouldn't recommend doing it, but kids will be kids, I suppose. So I was working my way through the woods here. I was getting a lot of pull tabs and stuff right on the top, and I was moving pretty quick, but here I noticed there's some old dig holes. Look at that. There's an old dig hole right there. You can see another one here. Another one there. So that tells me that somebody was finding something here, so I slowed down a little bit, and sure enough I have a nice signal right there. Not too far from his hole. It sounds kind of bulletish, huh? If he was just digging pull tabs, he probably wouldn't have dug 3 holes together. They probably got it. Right in here. So it's buried a little bit, so that's a good sign. I wonder if that's another target. Alright, let's break down and get the pinpointer out. Yeah, that's something else under there. Alright. Alright, let's get back at it here. No, that's the same thing. Yeah, it's a bullet right there. Look at that. See it right there? Sweet. Yeah, so that's a 54 caliber Civil War mini ball that's been dropped. Right next to this guy's dig hole, and again, seeing his old dig holes is what slowed me down, so I know to check close here. So some of you might be asking yourself, hey Mr. Bo, how come it's so noisy where you're at? Well, there's a highway right there, and some of you might be thinking I'm in the median. I suppose that's a possibility, but it's only a possibility. Here's a cool little deer skull. Take a look at it. It's an oldie. This was a buck. You can see where someone cut the antlers off of it right here and right here. So this was probably killed up there on the highway. Somebody stopped, sawed off the antlers, and something drugged the skull down here in the woods after some time. Neato, huh? I'm not going to carry that one out. This is the second and third of Mr. Sir Digs-a-Lot holes. And I got a nice signal right here. Kind of loud though. I would think another guy would have found this one. I'm glad he did a sloppy job of filling those holes in. I would have probably zipped right through this area. So I was getting disgusted with all the pull tabs. I should have gotten it. It wasn't very deep. It's still in there. I have a feeling it's in the loose dirt though. Yeah, I have to move this thing back a little bit. Yeah, still buried a little bit there, so that's a really good sign. It's probably a bullet. I would think that got it for sure. That's still down there, but it's right in the bottom. There it is. Looky there. Ooh, cool. See the black? That's that gunpowder I've been telling you about in some of my other videos. That's a nice one. That's a 58 caliber mini ball. You know, this is kind of interesting. This base is a little bit different. It's kind of crude. This could be a Confederate cast mini. They're really hard to tell. That's not even a mini ball. What an idiot. Let's look at this closer. That is one weird bullet. I'm not sure what that is. Look at the rings are really flat. It looks almost like a gardener with an extra ring. That's probably a Confederate bullet. We'll have to look that up. See how thick the base skirt is? I believe that's a gardener, but that's a good one. That's different. Much different than the normal mini ball I find. So I always double check the hole, make sure there's no more in there. None in that hole. So we'll just cover it back up. Stomp her down a couple times. And that should be good right there. A couple weeks, you won't even know I dug a hole there. Still scooting along in the same area, and I got a signal up under here. Sounds like a nice loud one, huh? Shallow for sure. Let's kick the stuff back first. A little bit of a divot there. That's kind of interesting. Maybe someone already dug a hole there years ago. That's got to be a bullet. Something good anyway. I don't think it was very deep. Hopefully it's loose right there. Yeah, let's take a pinpointer down and see what we can find. A little piece of dirt got away from me. Put it back over here. Yeah, still down there a ways. Gonna have to hit it with a shovel again. I saw it. Another bullet. Oh yeah. That's another one. Not sure what this is. Oh, that's a pulled one. This is a Confederate gardener bullet. You can see these two rings right here. And it was loaded into a musket, and for some reason they didn't fire it, and they had to pull it out with a bullet worm. And you can see where they screwed that down in there and just pulled it back out of the barrel of the musket. So that means they were camped right here. They weren't just like passing through probably. So that's a really good sign right there. That's a Confederate bullet, and it's probably just like the other one I found. I suspect that was Confederate too. Sweet. Another nice deep one right here. Good luck hearing it. Yeah, sounds fairly deep. Let's dig out one up to what we have. Hopefully that got it. Yeah, it's in the first bunch. Alrighty, you see it down there? I hear it. There it is. Gotta be a bullet. Don't really see it yet, but yeah, it's a little bullet. Clean this bad boy off. This is a round ball, small caliber. Looks like it's been chewed on a little bit. Yeah, little round ball, probably fired. And here's more evidence of that guy that was digging. See his hole right here, and he didn't even fill it in. And right over here is what he dug up. This is a big piece of iron. Not sure what that is. Looks almost like a sickle bar blade, but I don't think it is really. It's possible though. But yeah, that's too bad. See, you just left a big hole like that. It's a shame. I'll carry this out. That's kind of suspicious, huh? I have a feeling somebody had something growing here at one time. Wonder what it was. There's a great little signal here just uphill from the little planter. Kind of weird sounding actually, but I like it because I think it's fairly deep. I have to pinpoint that again because I lost sight of my mark here. By going back and forth like that, go that way and this way, I can pretty much tell where the center is. So I know where the center of that target is now. Hopefully it's out of the hole, or at least in that loose stuff. That's weird. That's out of the hole. This is right in there, maybe. I don't know what this is. That's the, when I get the pinpoint out of the holster, it makes the machine go off. Doesn't matter how far away that thing is for some reason. Yeah, it's up in here. It's probably a shotgun shell. It's a bullet in wood. That's what that is. Look at that. If you notice, this red dirt right here, that's actually a decomposing tree. You can see the rest of it right up in here. So that's a really old tree. And someone fired a bullet that got lodged in it. And there it is. Now it looks too small to me to be a Civil War bullet. I'm going to scratch it just a little bit and see. Ah, fell out. That's a possibility. Could easily have been a piece of buckshot. But I don't think it is. I think it's a modern bullet. I'm hoping at least. Because you can get a mini ball, just a plain mini ball, might be worth $1 or $2, but you get it in a piece of wood and suddenly it's worth $50 or $100, depending on where you find it. But that is not a Civil War bullet. At least I could never prove that it was, so can't feel too bad that it fell out of the wood. But we're going to look around here a little bit more, and I'm going to go up and check this old stump and see if there's any more bullets in it. This is the stump here, and this could absolutely hold Civil War bullets, but I didn't get any signals. You see how it just breaks apart now. Ooh, there's a little ant nest. This kind of reminds me of one of the cliff dwellings like out in Mesa Verde, you know, where the Anasazi had the houses in the cliffs. Kind of neat looking. Oh well, I'm sure he'll crawl back in there and make a new home. Sorry for bothering you guys. Okay, this is what I ended up with today. I got some tin foil, a bunch of junk, some shotgun shells, some holes, some pull tabs. Got one Lincoln cent. It's not very old though. I did end up with a few Civil War bullets, so that was exciting. This is a 54 caliber mini ball. This is a 58 caliber Gardner. You can see it's been pulled. This is the weird one I found. It's a 58 caliber. You can see the side mold here. I think it's Confederate. I think these rings are not very distinct because it was made in an old mold. This is a 6.9 caliber round ball and a couple other round balls. So it was a great hunt, had a lot of fun, and I will definitely come back here again later in this spring, I hope.